What's good, G-Life? It's your boy, MC Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. It don't cost a damn thing. Join the G-Life. Don't forget to check out my second channel, Menace Society, M.O.D, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. Now, what I wanted to get into was the little debate I was having, right? Right? People just didn't see it from my point of view, right? Which was, that why do I dislike like the chicano movies, right? Like the blood in, blood outs, and the American knees, and all of that, and which is not true. I don't dislike them. I just said that that they're cheesy, and that a lot of the stuff isn't true, right? But not to say that I dislike the movies or anything like that, right? I was just being honest with my opinion, right? Like, I didn't see it like as a real cholo, a real hood film, you know what I mean? I seen it as more of a like comedy, right? Because everything is blown out of proportion, exaggerated, and a lot of false narratives and shit like that, right? So I'm not saying that they're not enjoyable or that they're trash. I'm just saying that when it comes to like overall, like being that's how it really is. Like, no, you know what I mean? There's a lot of goofy activity, goofy behaviors, and a lot of shit that's like not true, right? Like the whole sucking fingers, like Miklo and Popeye wanting to bomb battles and is still allowed to cake it, and the whole lot of goofy activity, right? Not only that one, but a whole lot of like same with American Me has a lot of false narratives too, right? That actually got a lot of people hurt in that movie. Not only that, but one of the scenes that that never made any sense to me whatsoever in that movie was the ending, right? When the little boy is hanging out the window and he says, "La primera lives," and he just shoots into some random house. I never understood that scene whatsoever. Like, okay, it's his initiation, right? He's looking to join the neighborhood. First of all, he's already getting the tattoo. And he hasn't even been like with his initiation process is odd in itself, right? You have to earn your tattoos, right? Normally, right? But some neighborhoods do let fools just get it blasted just for no reason, right? You know what I mean? I don't know, right? But just to shoot a person, just to go randomly shoot into random people like that have nothing to do with the gang life is like that is like the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like that is not gangster. There's nothing gangster about that. Like, one neighborhood does that. One neighborhood just randomly, like, initiation goes and shoots at some random people that don't even gangbang. Like, that, you get no stripes for that. You get 0 stripes. The reason you get 0 stripes is because how was the neighborhood going to benefit off of that? Like, it was no rivals. Like, you're not putting in work on the rivals. Like those are just some regular civilians, bro. So, like, how does that make any sense, bro? Like, why would these individuals look to target civilians, bro, when if they're going to risk them doing jail time and shit like that, they're going to go look for their enemies and put in work on their enemies, bro. They're not going to go look, on some civilians, because you're not going to get no stripes like that, bro. Like, they're looking to put in work and earn their bones. And you're not going to get that by picking on civilians, bro. Homies are going to be like, man, instead of shooting fucking civilians, you should have gone and looked for the enemies, bro. That's what they're going to tell you, bro. They're going to be like, you're going to get no props for shooting at civilians, bro. That's like goofy behavior, like I'm saying, bro. Like, so that's one of the scenes that just like, I'm just like, there's many more, right? But that was one of the main ones that I'm just like, yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. You know what I mean? But, of course, people have to keep this in mind. These movies are being written and directed by people who are looking at the life from the civilians' point of view, right? So civilians see it as gang members target civilians and look to hurt civilians when that's not true, right? But that's how they see it, right? From the outs looking in, right? They feel like these gang members are looking to take advantage of people and that's their goal. When in all reality, the goal is to look for your rivals and your enemies and smash on them. Because that's the only way you get stripes. That's the only way to earn stripes in this life. You can't earn stripes in this life by picking on civilians. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, it doesn't make any sense, right? Like, why would the initiation process be like okay, in order to join our neighborhood, you have to pick on civilians. Like, that's not gonna show that you're with it, bro. You have to go, pick on some fools that are really about this life and really, are in the mix, right? Like that the same individuals that are looking to take your life, you know what I mean? Like fools that are with the business, like you get what I'm saying? Like you want to pick on individuals that are looking to take your head off of your shoulder as well, not people that are scared and don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? So that scene never made any sense to me whatsoever. And a lot of scenes, like I said, bro, there's just a lot of goofy behavior, from beginning to end in those movies, especially the dialogue as well, right? Like it's like over exaggerated, and some of it doesn't even make any sense. Like I said, so it's not that I dislike these movies, I find them comical, right? In a good way, right? Um, Not as to look to get like factual, like an insight into the life, right? Because that's not what you're gonna get out of those, Um, you know. But like I said, because they're being written, and it's all for the Hollywood, they throw in the Hollywood in there, right? Damn, man, he mopped up their neighborhood like crazy. Um, yeah, but other graffiti. Um, no, yeah, but shout out to the homies from V&E. Um, no, but lost my train of thought right there, huh? Oh yeah, yeah. No, yeah. So the movies in itself is not like like solid facts on how it is and stuff like that, right? Um, but a lot of people, that's where they get their knowledge on what they think the street life is, right? They get it from movies, right? And obviously we know that movies ain't real, so why people choose to grab that and stamp it as facts, I have no idea. But overall, it's not that I dislike those movies or which one do I think is the best one, because I see them all the same, right? It's like a comical thing to it, right? So I mean, they're enjoyable movies as chicanos to watch, right? But I wouldn't say that they're my favorite. They're not. You know what I mean? They're not even close to being in my top favorites in movies, right? But if I had to pick the best one out of all, like the hood films, um, probably like Boulevard Nights, right? It's the one that's less goofy, right? The one, the one that, even though that movie in itself has goofy scenes like writing in the little kid's hand, no homie was gonna do that, bro. You know what I mean? Like involving civilians into your world, bro, is not what happens. It's not what the business. It's not, that's not the get down. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There is consequences for that kind of stuff, even though people choose to not believe it. You know what I mean? They could choose to believe whatever they want, bro. They're not a part of this life, so they're not gonna know. But overall, that's just my opinion on the topic. Shout out, we out.